The legend retires. Warren Buffett steps down with $168 billion legacy after 6 decades at Berkshire. Only when the tide goes out do you discover who's been swimming naked. Few quotes in the world of finance are as widely cited, or as deeply symbolic, as this one by Warren Buffett. With his unparalleled wit, long-term vision, and steadfast investment philosophy, Buffett became much more than just a billionaire. He became a global icon. Now, at 94, the Oracle of Omaha has officially announced he will retire from leading Berkshire Hathaway at the end of 2025, concluding one of the most extraordinary business careers in history. At the Berkshire Hathaway annual shareholders meeting on May 3 in Omaha, Nebraska, Buffett stunned the audience by confirming his retirement, a decision even Abel, his successor, didn't see coming. "That's the closing bell for today. Thank you all for coming," Buffett said, drawing a long, emotional pause in the packed convention hall. The making of a titan. Buffett's journey began not in the boardrooms of Wall Street, but in the heartland of America. As a boy in Omaha, he was selling chewing gum and delivering newspapers, always thinking in numbers. By the age of 11, he bought his first stock, and by 14, he had filed his first tax return. His early fascination with finance only grew stronger after he encountered Benjamin Graham's teachings at Columbia Business School, which laid the foundation for his value investing philosophy. In 1965, Buffett took control of a struggling textile company called Berkshire Hathaway. What followed was a masterclass in capital allocation. Under his leadership, alongside his legendary partner Charlie Munger, who passed away in 2023 at the age of 99, Berkshire transformed into a sprawling conglomerate, now valued at over $1.16 trillion. A portfolio reflecting the American economy. Buffett once described Berkshire Hathaway as a miniature version of the U.S. economy, and that's no exaggeration. The company owns stakes in or outright controls dozens of iconic businesses across insurance, transportation, retail, energy, and finance. From BNSF Railway and Geico to Dairy Queen, See's Candies, and a massive investment in Apple, Buffett's touch turned Berkshire into a behemoth. During the period from 1965 to 2024, Berkshire Hathaway stock delivered an average annual return of 20%, more than double that of the S&P 500. This staggering performance helped Buffett accumulate immense wealth. But more importantly, it cemented his role as a stabilizing force in American capitalism. In times of crisis, such as the 2008 financial meltdown, Buffett was not just a commentator, he was a participant, striking multi-billion-dollar deals with Goldman Sachs and General Electric when others panicked. The investor who bet big on America. Buffett's faith in the American economy has always been unshakable. When he acquired BNSF Railway for $26 billion in 2009, he called it an all-in wager on the economic future of the United States. In his 2015 letter to shareholders, he emphasized that the productivity gains in America are what make the country great, pointing out that U.S. per capita economic output had grown sixfold in his lifetime. This optimism wasn't just for show. It shaped his investment strategy, patient, principled, and deeply rooted in long-term thinking. Recent struggles in a new era. However, in the last few years, Buffett faced a more complicated investing landscape. Sky-high valuations and a fiercely competitive market made it increasingly difficult to find compelling opportunities. During the COVID-19 pandemic, he was notably quiet while others raced to deploy capital. Instead of acquisitions, Buffett turned to stock buybacks, allowing Berkshire's cash pile to swell. By Q1 2025, Berkshire was sitting on nearly $348 billion in cash. He did make a notable move in 2022, acquiring Allegheny Corp for $11.6 billion, but such deals were becoming the exception, not the rule. Buffett acknowledged these challenges candidly. The companies big enough to make a real impact at Berkshire have already been picked over too many times, by us and by others. Wisdom, warnings, and one-liners. Warren Buffett's reputation extends beyond numbers. His letters to shareholders are required reading in business schools and boardrooms alike. Filled with humor, insight, and honesty, they are as much life lessons as they are financial briefings. He famously said about scandal-ridden Wells Fargo, "In the kitchen, there's never just one cockroach," and when explaining risk during the 2008 financial crisis, he quipped, "Only when the tide goes out do you discover who's been swimming naked." Buffett's approach to leadership was equally unorthodox. Berkshire Hathaway has only 27 employees at its Omaha headquarters, and he gives enormous autonomy to the companies it owns. His most important job? Capital allocation, deciding where and how Berkshire's vast funds should be invested. Most days, he sits quietly in his modest office reading financial reports. Legacy beyond wealth. As he steps down, Warren Buffett leaves behind not just a financial empire, but a legacy of discipline, humility, and wisdom. He never flaunted wealth. He still lives in the same Omaha house he bought in 1958 for $31,500. He pledged to donate 99% of his wealth and has already given away tens of billions through the Gates Foundation and other philanthropic efforts. His longtime partner Charlie Munger once described Buffett's success this way: "It's like Roger Federer in tennis. He just focused on one thing, did it non-stop for 50 years, and didn't let himself get distracted." Buffett's story also reflects the evolution of investing as a mainstream concept. Today, terms like stocks, crypto, and ETFs are familiar to millions. Platforms like Zing News or TriThuck have helped spread investment literacy. And books, courses, and social media have opened the door for ordinary people to engage with their finances like never before. In many ways, Buffett helped make that possible. The next chapter. Greg Abel, vice chairman in charge of non-insurance businesses, will take the helm at Berkshire. Buffett has long hinted that Abel possesses the same rational, calm temperament needed for the role. Still, replacing a living legend is never easy. As Buffett departs, questions loom about how the conglomerate, and its stock, will perform without its spiritual leader. But Buffett himself remains optimistic. America's best days lie ahead, he wrote in his most recent shareholder letter. After more than 60 years of investing, teaching, and transforming, Warren Buffett walks away not just with $168 billion, but with the gratitude and respect of generations of investors. The oracle may be stepping back, but his wisdom will echo through financial markets for decades to come.